is a non-profit educational organization that builds confidence and teaches public speaking skills through a worldwide network of clubs that meet online and in person. In a supportive community or a corporate environment, members prepare and deliver speeches, respond to improved questions, and give and receive constructive feedback. It's through the it's through this regular practice that members are empowered to move to meet their personal and professional communication goals. Founded in 1924, the organization is headquartered in Englewood, Colorado, with approximately 270,000 members in more than 14,000 clubs in 148 countries. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in a greater self confidence and personal growth. Before starting the meeting, I would like to mention some ground rules. First, please turn off your mobile phones or put that in silent mode. I give you 20 seconds for that. Done? Second, as Toastmasters, we advise you to talk about sex, religion, and politics in a careful manner, as these are sensitive topics. So please do not cross talk while a speaker is speaking on the stage. Please move in the hall and enter and exit only when there is an applause. Speakers who are coming to or leaving the stage are requested to follow a handshake or a fist bump protocol. For members attending online, please keep your videos on. Furthermore, stay on mute unless and until you are invited to speak as a part of a specific role or by the Toastmasters of the day. In addition to these ground rules, there are some additional points. Refreshments are available at the right hand corner when you exit the door. For restrooms, turn right upon exiting the door and continue past the gallery. There at the end, you will find the restrooms. With that, I would like I would now like to introduce the presiding officer of the day. A people lover, Arundhati became a Toastmaster as she believes Toastmaster is the best place to connect with people with unique minds, make friends, and learn together. She is a district champion in the Toastmaster speech contest, table talk pick contest, and district first runner up in evaluation contest for the year 2021 and 2022 for District 92. A 7-time Triple Crown awardee. She won the Spearhead Award in District 92 in year 2021 and 2. She has taken up all the 7 club officers roles multiple times and has served as an area director for District 112 in New Zealand in 2022 to 2023. She is currently serving as the finance manager of District 121 for the year 2023 to 2024. Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome onto the stage the presiding officer of the day, Arundhati Basu.
Thank you very much, Toastmasters Sangam. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and Toastmasters. Oh my God. The energy in the room is exactly like the weather outside. So let's try once more. Good evening. Oh, yes. It's better. I can assure you that chai will be served. Right. So today, of course, is a slightly gloomy day, but nevertheless, personally, I always enjoy rains. And I'd love to share rains with people that I'm fond of. And what better than fellow Toastmasters? For our newest members in the house, Bright Hearts Toastmasters was chartered now roughly about 11 months back on the 1st of September 2024, and very soon we are going to complete 12 months since our chartering. We form part of a district called District 121 that covers southern Karnataka and Kerala. At Bright Hearts, what we consistently strive to do is provide an environment that is safe and judgment free for everybody to come, try their public speaking skills, experiment on this very stage, and learn through the journey. Now, Bright Hearts last year was vested with one of the highest recognition that is provided to any club by Toastmasters International, which is the status of a President's Distinguished Club. That status wouldn't have been possible without the efforts of every member who forms part of the Bright Hearts journey. So a huge kudos and shout out to every Bright Heart family member for all the efforts that they put in the course of the last 11 months. Today, although we don't have new faces, we do have a fellow member from HSR Toastmasters. Somebody who's not a first timer, who's come here before, but we'd love to hear from him just because we have a room full of new members who perhaps haven't met him. So please give it up for Toastmaster Atul.
I came here yesterday. Again, I am here on this very stage. It doesn't feel like I'm coming to a new, different Toastmaster club. It feels like I came back to my home. It feels great to be here and experience the same energy that I experience every Saturday in HSR Club. So good to be here and very excited for the new speeches from new people. It will be very fun. Yeah. All the very best to everybody.
Thank you, Atul. Always a pleasure having a fellow member from HSR Toastmasters. You came here yesterday, today. Please do not come here tomorrow unless Hustle is the space your office is in. And also, I know you said it doesn't feel different, but I'd beg to differ. I'd say today's meeting might look a little, just a little, brighter than yesterday's meeting. Because today you are at Bright Hearts Toastmasters and everything here is done the bright way, because the bright way is the Bright Hearts way. Well, thank you, Atul. One thing that Atul rightly said, and something that I am so looking forward to, because it's the first time something like this is happening at Bright Hearts Toastmasters. Today, we would have 9 Toastmaster members who would kickstart their Toastmasters journey with their first ever speech, which is their icebreaker speech. Something I'm excited about, and I'm sure everybody is. Because icebreakers are a great way to know about our members first time from their own selves. So all the very best to all the members who are attempting their icebreaker. I would be lying if I say don't be nervous, because that's natural. So if you're nervous, it's okay. You can be nervous. But come here, own the stage, and always remember that today you will be telling that story, which is your own story. And nobody knows your story better than you. So all the very best. We are keen. Absolutely nail your icebreaker. Alongside Icebreaker Speech Marathon, we have a very special occasion today. We also have the opportunity to induct 3 new members into the Bright Hearts family today. These 3 new members have shown their trust and faith in us, and it is time that we officially induct them into our club. So to conduct the induction ceremony today, we have our Associate Vice President of Membership, by far one of the most enthusiastic member I've met at the club. He's so full of life, always ready to take up all opportunities that comes his way, and he ensures that the room is full of energy every time he's got something to deliver. So ladies and gentlemen, to induct our new members today, please give it up for our induction officer, Toastmaster Sayuj Varghese.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Arundhati. And good evening, fellow Toastmaster and one guest. For energy. Thank you. Fellow Toastmasters, it is our duty and privilege to conduct 3 new members into the Bright Heart Toastmaster Club. This is an important occasion for these new members and for our club. These individuals have come to Toastmasters seeking to improve their communication and leadership skill. And now we have an opportunity to help them learn, grow, and achieve their goals. I will now call on our new members. The next line, I'm a little reluctant to say because you guys have so much of energy and I just don't want to contain it. So unleash your energy as I call on each of the Toastmasters. Please applaud. First, a software engineer by day and a Potterhead turned Japanese lit buff at night. She grooves to music, laughs at sitcoms, and speaks Japanese better than Google Translate. Yokoso means welcome, Toastmaster Manjarika Kandalu. Second, a senior engineer who tunes modem for a living and throttles highway for fun, once riding 300 kilometers just to prove Google Map wrong. When he's not smashing shuttles or pages, he's probably plotting his next great escape. Welcome, Toastmaster Varun Mangamuri. Third, a senior software engineer who's cracked more bugs than eggs in Bangalore's tech jungle. When he's off the clock, he's throwing punches in the gym, leveling up in video games, or dabbling in every sport like it's a new quest. Welcome, Toastmaster Nikhil Doot. Dear members, you're joining a worldwide organization that has helped millions of people learn to communicate more effectively. As members of Bright Hearts Toastmasters Club, you will benefit from a proven program of self-development. You will become part of an outstanding group of people who are dedicated to helping one another in the spirit of sharing and enjoyment. Neville, okay. Mr. Vice President Education, have these new members given an opportunity to discuss their needs, goals with the club? Have they been told how the Toastmaster program works and informed of many benefits they will receive, as well as obligations of membership? Who has or have been assigned as mentors for these new members? Okay, Akshay, can you stand up? As experienced Toastmasters, you have been asked to help these new members get off to a good start. Do you accept this responsibility and pledge to share your knowledge and experience with our new members so that they can immediately begin to benefit from their Toastmaster membership? Membership in this club and in Toastmaster International is a privilege that carries with it many rewards. Yet it also places certain obligations on you. We are a group of people brought together to do things we cannot accomplish alone. Our collective objective is to grow and improve ourselves and to share our knowledge and experience with fellow members in the spirit of enjoyment. This means you must work diligently towards your own self-development evaluate other speeches in a spirit of support and sharing, and assist the club in reaching its goals and remain positive. We ask you, our new members, to dedicate yourself to personal growth, to share this great gift with your fellow members, and to help keep this Toastmaster Club strong and dynamic. Please affirm your membership by repeating the following words. I, name, in the presence of my fellow members, go together, please, of the Bright Hearts Toastmaster Club, make this firm obligation to attend meetings regularly and prepare fully for each assignment, to apply myself to the project outlined in the Toastmasters education program, to participate actively in club activities, to evaluate others in a positive, constructive manner, to build open, friendly relationships with my fellow members, and to bring other new members into the club so that they can also gain the benefit of Toastmasters. Would all the club members please repeat our club's pledge to our new members? So all the Bright Heart members, please stand up. We the members of the Bright Hearts Toastmasters Club pledge to support you in your quest for self-development, to provide you with positive, helpful evaluations, to maintain a friendly, supportive atmosphere, to give you opportunities to help others, and to make your Toastmasters membership a rewarding and fulfilling experience. Welcome to the family. Please take your seats. Wait. Now, with that, we conclude the installation ceremony and back to the presiding officer.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sayuj, for conducting the induction ceremony. And once again, Manjarika, Varun, and Nikhil, welcome to the Bright Hearts family. All the very best as you start your journey. We wish you loads of success, and we are looking forward to listening to all your stories. Before we move on and get started with the meeting, we actually have two guests in the room now, so we'd like to take a moment to know them better. Sir, can we start with you? If you could come on stage, tell us your name. You can hold.
Hello all. Good evening. So my name is Gopinath, and I'm here because of Vishnu. Vishnu and me are colleagues in the office. He just can't stop when he starts talking about Toastmasters. Right in the coffee room, toilet, desk, everywhere. So I was always wondering what it actually means and what a group of people will actually do. And I'm really curious, was curious, and I am curious today. And I love the energy in this room. So I just want to understand what you all guys do. And I'm looking for, I'm not a very social guy. Vishnu might know better. I don't talk to people much, but this is one of those avenues where I'm looking to, come out of my shell, talk to people, socialize myself, and things like that. So this is my first time here, first time ever anywhere. So let me see what it leads me to. So nothing much. I work with Vishnu. I'm working with Amazon in cybersecurity. More to come later. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Gopinath. We are actually trying to see if we can get most of Amazon's Toastmaster Club members here only. You're not a Toastmaster Club member, but part of Amazon. So we are slowly making a small Amazon family here, thanks to Vishnu. He not only talks about Toastmasters at your office, but he also talks about Toastmasters in Toastmasters. So you will notice that through the course of this meeting. But one thing is, we will live up to Vishnu's expectation, that I can assure you. So by the end of this meeting, you will probably know why he talks so much about Toastmasters. We have another guest in the room. So could we have you come in and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi guys, I'm Siddhant Patil. I work as a clinical psychologist and I've been in Bangalore for past 8 months. I got to know about Toastmasters from my friend Arun, and like maybe the person he also talks a lot about Toastmasters. He'll come from somewhere and he'll be like, I want to go Toastmasters, want to do this. So I'm also curious about this place and I want to meet new people, and I'm also a little scared to talk to a big audience. So looking forward to learn from you guys. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Siddhant. The minute you said you are in clinical psychology, yeah, we have a clinical researcher within us in Nivedita. So I almost for once thought you all are colleagues, but thank you, Arun, for bringing Siddhant. Both Gopinath and Siddhant, you all said that you're not so social, scared to talk to large gatherings. I think that's what most of us were. When we started off our Toastmasters journey, we were also people who were not so social, very reluctant to talk to people, definitely not big gatherings, but that's what Toastmasters can do for you. And I thoroughly wish that both of you enjoy today's meeting, because we have 9 speakers who are going to do their very first ever speech on this stage today. So I'm going to hope you all enjoy it. Now, today's theme is India Beyond Frame. And whenever I hear of themes like this, which is beyond the regular things, beyond the stereotypes, or beyond what India is known for, takes me back to the year 2010 when I went for the Republic Day camp at Delhi. Now, when we went there, I thought this is just like Republic Day we watch on TV every day. I watched it every year growing up as a kid. But only when I went there did I realize for the first time that people from different parts of the country have such different backgrounds. There would be people whose 4 generations have been serving the Indian Army. There would also be people who within their own family speak multiple languages. There would be people who would talk about so many different species of flora and fauna that we've never heard of. So while I walked into that 1-month camp thinking that I more or less know about India, traveled a bit, I think I understand that country, when I came out of that camp, I only realized I probably know 1% about this country. That's how diverse, that's how much variety, and that's how much more this country has got. So I'm thoroughly excited about today's meeting to see what is India beyond the frame, a little beyond just the popular celebrations and the popular food, and also to see how well y'all know India beyond the frame. And to do this segment, we couldn't have asked for a better host. This member of ours is as Indian an Indian can get, as she said in her own icebreaker speech. She hails from northeast of the country. She's an HR professional and to us, one of our cutest member. She's so sincere, so diligent. If you ever assigned anything to her, you could be rest assured that it will be delivered and delivered to the T. So, ladies and gentlemen, your session host, our Toastmaster of the day, please give it up for our cutest Toastmaster, Toastmaster Malan Tokchok.
I still remember the day I gave my icebreaker speech. And I think I'm as nervous as that day, as I'm standing in front of all of you. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. As we approach the 78, our 78 Independence Day, we are surrounded by images of India Gate, cultural dances, and our tricolor flying high. But today, let's zoom out of the picture frame. Our theme for today is India Beyond the Frame, exploring the diversity of our country beyond the stereotypes. Because India is not just about food, festivals, or Bollywood. It's also quite revolutions in small towns, unheard languages, hidden heroes, and the power of everyday people. Today, we'll go beyond the postcard. And when we talk about going beyond the frame, it's not just about how we see India, but also how we see each other, right? Often when we meet someone new, we only know their frame, probably their name, their title, their roles. But beyond that frame lies a whole world of experiences, dreams, challenges, and values that make them who they are. That's why today is so special. Instead of our usual format that we have on normal days, where we have prepared speeches followed by table topic section, today we have a speech marathon delivered by our 9 fabulous speakers who will be delivering their icebreaker speech. The purpose of this speech is to introduce themselves to the club. An icebreaker is the first step to a Toastmasters journey. It's their moment to share a piece of themselves with us, to invite us into their story. And what better way to explore India beyond the frame than to also discover the people beyond the frame here in our club. Before we before we move on to the speeches, I have a couple of quizzes to basically understand how well do you know about India. Some serious and some silly ones. I hope you get it right. Whoever knows the answer, please raise your hand. Don't blurt it out. And whoever has the right answer, we have some chocolates. Bulbul, Toastmaster Bulbul will be helping us out in handing over the chocolates. So here we go. Can we have the first question? What is the first Indian village to achieve 100% literacy? It's pretty easy. Nivedita. Yay, yes. Okay, the next question is, which Indian city has a museum dedicated entirely to toilets? Any guesses? Please raise your hand in case you have the answer. Please raise your hand so that I see them. No, Vishnu, you just Googled. You just Googled. Yes, we saw you Google. Nobody? Okay, since nobody's raised their hands. Nobody's raised their hand. Sorry, what's the answer? What's the answer? Delhi? Yeah. So it's basically your Tulip International Museum of India. All right, so I will continue this, quizzes in between the speeches. Before we move on to our speeches, I would like to call upon the timer for today, Toastmaster Nikhil, to share the details around the time.
Hello, am I audible? Yeah. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Good evening. Our theme today, India Beyond the Frame, is about exploring the beauty of what's beyond what is visible and beyond stereotypes. In speeches too, we aim to break stereotypes and explore different stories and storytelling styles to engage the audience. But there's one thing that we must never forget, and that is to not get lost while exploring. As your timer today, I will help each speaker find that right balance
between how much they can explore and when should they conclude. So let's go over the rules quickly. For prepared speeches, the time range is between 4 to 6 minutes. At 4 minutes, I'll show the green card. At 5 minutes, I'll show the yellow card. And at 6 minutes, I'll show the red card. For evaluators, the time range is between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I'll show the green card. At 2.5 minutes, I'll show the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I'll show the red card. Also note, there's a 30 seconds grace period that's given at the end of each time. So all the best. And I'll share my report once called upon by the Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
All right, so let's move on to our speech section. The first speaker for today is Toastmaster Nivedita. The evaluator who will be evaluating Toastmaster Nivedita is Toastmaster Twinshu Parmar. I call upon Toastmaster Nivedita to please come forward. From Nancy Drew to Clinical Trials, from Nancy Drew to Clinical Trials, Nivedita.
Thank you. Hey, Nivi, you have changed so much. So, this was a dialogue that an uncle who met me recently told me because he was seeing me after a long time. Good evening, Toastmasters and dear guests. I'm Nivedita, and I invite you all along on a walk through the pathway that has been my life till now. Growing up, books were my companions. Imagine this shy, chubby girl, and incidentally, I had the same hairstyle back then also, whose favorite pastime was reading books, not at all textbooks. And her favorite period in school, the library period. Digging through my school book collections, I fell in love with R.K. Narayan, Jane Austen, Hardy Boys, and later Nancy Drew. While my friends would be dying to go for PT period so that they can frolic and play around in the playgrounds, I would be very happy in the cocoon and comfort that books provided me. I was very happy in the companionship of my fictional friends, far away from the crowd and noise. Kendriya Vidyalaya Palakkad set the tone for my life, and I existed along like any other average middle-class girl. Then came college life, that too in the glitz and glamour of Manipal. From a small town to the hustle of a city, from being friends with small towners to being friends with foreigners and NRIs. For a small towner like me, seeing girls drinking alcohol or openly date was an literally eye-popping event. Here too, along with academics and the mounting pressure to learn a new professional skill, books were still my study anchor. But this time it was sappy romances, think Milton Boons, and medical thrillers. If you have read Robin Cook, you would know. And they kind of helped me take out the stress and edge out of it all. Come internship, and with the doctor title in front of my name, I decided that I wanted to explore things in my own pace. So I decided to join my alma mater as a tutor. During that tenure, I realized, okay, I do like academics, I do like teaching. So I wanted to ditch dentistry. If that was not clear, my undergrad was in dentistry. And I wanted to take up pharmacology. If you guys know, pharmacology is the study of drugs, the legal type. And it happened to be one of my favorite subjects during my undergrad days. But one emotional dialogue from my mom. ഇതിനാണോ മോളെ നിന്നെ പൈസ കൊടുത്ത് ഞങ്ങൾ ഡോക്ടർ ആക്കിയേ? Literally translating to, is this why we spent a bomb on you so that you can go back to not treat patients? Made me take the usual path, that is post-graduation and MDS. So I decided, okay, let me stay back in Mangalore. So I stayed back in Mangalore 1 year, sans friends or families, and decided to pursue my entrance exam preparation. Post that, I ended up in one of the prestigious institutions for my MDS, which is SDM College of Dental Sciences, Dharwad. PG life transitioned me further. From sappy romances and these medical thrillers, I moved on to self-help books and motivational reads. One reason was a breakup too, and that kind of made me get inked for the first time in my life. And I did not wait for anybody's approval or suggestions. Nivedita was blooming. Post that, I came back to Kerala. I decided I don't want to be that shy, introverted girl anymore. I want my voice to be heard. I decided to join a dental college in Kerala, and I was teaching undergrad students for 3 years there. Then pandemic hit, and I was like, okay, let me figure out what else I wanted to do with my qualifications, or what else I could contribute to in. That is when I stumbled upon the field of clinical research, more specifically, the field of oncology research. And my new best friend now, AJCC Staging Manual, a textbook which is used during staging and treatment of cancer patients. So, as always, my parents and peers were not convinced with the path that I was planning to take. Still, I did not wait for anybody's approval, or I was done being the person who was doing what was expected out of her, like what others expected out of her to do. I ventured ahead and reached out to people on LinkedIn and ultimately landed my current job. It has been 5 years, and now I lead a team of around 20 people. And let me tell you, the journey has not been smooth sailing. But still, that day, way back in 2020, when I decided to switch my careers, I had taken a decision that I will always choose myself, and I will always try to better myself. Joining Toastmasters is the step towards that, so that I learn to communicate assertively and grow confidently to the best version of myself. So, yes, uncle, I did change. Change from the shy, introverted girl who used to hide behind a mom's saree to the woman who is standing in front of you all today, owning my decisions and owning my path. Thank you.
Thank you, Nivedita, for that inspiring speech. All right, coming back to the quiz section, can we have the third question, please? All right, so let's see who gets this right. Which Indian invention changed the world of mathematics? Sangam? Zero. Bulbul, can you please pass on a chocolate to Sangam? Sangam. Thank you, Toastmaster Bulbul. Can we have the next question? What is the national fruit of India? Mango. Correct. All right. I think we do know most of what India is. I'm really happy to see the hands up and the answers getting correct. With that, moving on to the next speaker. The next speaker is Toastmaster Ilangu, and the evaluator is Toastmaster Sampreet Wari. I would call upon Toastmaster Ilangu to please come on the stage. Untold story of Ilangu. The untold story of Ilangu. Ilangu.
Thank you. Our house is located under beautiful mountain nearby highway road in Kudiyatham, Tamil Nadu. Boy babies always does warm welcome. Like that, my family very much happy when I was born. My father was ultimate as a father for the second boy baby. Like, hey, I have 2 boy babies. After 2 years, yes, sir, third girl baby came to my home. My father was not much happy. Like, girl baby, After a few years, we grown up. My father was too much carrying my sister. On other side, my mother was carrying too much to my brother. As a middle baby, I am not feel the same love showered on me. Does anyone here as born as a middle baby? Can you raise your hands? Whatever you felt, same I felt. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, my dear guest. I'm going to share my childhood story. My mother was very strict. At age 7, I was steal money from home. I buy milk sweet nearby shop. My mother was noticed. I happily walking to home, enjoying that milk sweet. Like, saw my mother and smiled. She asked, "Who gave this milk sweet?" I said, "Mom, I bought it from shop, Mummy." Again, she asked, "Who gave you the money?" I said, "Mom, I took it from Rosen part in our house, Mummy." Suddenly, she bring it to me kitchen, where stove burning with fire's wood. Suddenly, she took steel iron rod and touched near my right thumb. Amma! Will you steal again? Will you steal again? No, Ma, I will not steal again. That moment, I realized what I did was wrong. I should not do again. After a few days, my father's work was transferred to Ronipet. I was studied in government boys high secondary school. There were limited schoolrooms. So that I studied under beautiful trees with fresh air, vitamin D sunlight, without pollution. Also, eagerly we are waiting for PT period to play with games in ground. Also, me and my childhood friends used to pray for rain. You know why? Because we'll get holiday. As soon as my school days over, I joined in C. Abdul Hakim College to pursue my UG and PG degree. I like very much my school days compared to college. You know, because it has modern classrooms. After my college days over, I joined in auditor office and different companies to gain my work experience in Chennai. Finally, I got married. After 2 years, my wife was 9 months pregnant.
She admitted hospital with pain. After few hours, my mother and nurse came with white Amul baby with 2.4 kg boy babies. No? That moment, I was speechless. As a father, I'm very much happy. Like, wow, I did something in my life. As a next side, I have more responsibilities. After 3 years, as a young princess came to my home. Then I moved from Chennai to Bangalore during COVID pandemic. As and when my children are grown up, I feel I need to improve my communication and leadership skill. So that I joined Bright Art Toastmaster. I'm here to deliver my icebreaker speech. I take first step to improve as a better communicator and leadership skill. Thank you all.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ilango. It was a humorous speech, and I saw Neville unable to control his laughter throughout the speech. All right, moving on to the quiz section. Can we have the next question, please? In which Indian state can you find a living root bridge made entirely from tree roots? It's an easy question, comparatively easy. It's a tourist destination. Wasim? Yeah, that's correct. All right, can we have the next question, please? Which popular Indian dish was actually invented outside India? Atul, toast? No. 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 South. Yes, that's correct. Chicken tikka masala is actually created in the UK. In the UK. Yes. All right, moving on to the next speaker. Our next speaker is Toastmaster Sneha Suresh. And the evaluator for Toastmaster Sneha is Bulbul. I call upon Toastmaster Sneha to please come on the stage, please. Sneha Suresh, variety is the spice of my life. Variety is the spice of my life, Sneha Suresh.
I have two bowls here. In this bowl, there is just plain boiled rice, boiled vegetables, and boiled dal. In this bowl, we have the same rice, vegetables, and dal, but with a flavorful mix of spices. How many of you here would choose this bowl over this bowl? Show of hands. Interesting. The spices don't add any nutritional value. All the carbs, proteins, and vitamins that our body would need from a meal is present in this bowl. However, it is the spices that make our food palatable and even irresistible. Good evening, everyone. I am here to take you through how my life has shaped up as a beautiful blend of spices, sweetness, sourness, bitterness, and whatnot. I was born in Kumbakonam and raised in Coimbatore. Those were the sweetest days of my life. No responsibilities, no adulting. Just go to school, come home,
play with my sister, wait for my parents to come home, and then eat their heads off. But the real treat were the summer vacations. I knew time was precious. I had only 2 months of vacation. So I would wake up promptly at 6 a.m. and without wasting any time, go and sit in the kitchen and ask my parents the most important questions of life at their busiest time of the day. Oh, look, the milk is boiling over. Oh, it has spilt all over the stove. But Amma, why does milk boil over and come out of the utensil while water just stays in the utensil? Because milk is the hyperactive one and water is the calm one. Why don't you try and be more like the water? It was my sister who introduced me to a new spice, reading. I was in class 3 when she took me to A to Z Book World, a nearby lending library, and got me Snow White. I finished it in 1 day and I was hooked. I kept revisiting the library during every weekend, every vacation, any spare time I got. A to Z Book World became the second most visited place for me, second only to my school in Coimbatore. As I grew up, life was filled with board exams, presentations, assignments, projects, internships, interviews. All these began to creep into the time that I earlier had in abundance. Reading took a backseat. But I kept telling myself, once I graduate, I will have more time. There will be no more assignments or projects. I will visit A to Z Book World again. I will start reading again. I could not have been more wrong because adulting hit me like accidentally inhaling chili powder. I'd wake up and after spending 20 minutes cleaning up the boiled over milk, I was no longer interested in why it happened. The questions were gone. The fun was gone. Life started feeling bland, just like those boiled vegetables. But then it hit me. The recipe of my life is in my hands. I can make it as interesting as I want to. So I started scheduling time every day to do yoga, to read, to go to gym. I started learning new skills like swimming, badminton, TT, keyboard. I started doing solo travels. The taste started returning to life. Through trial and error, I began to understand which flavors I liked every day, once a week, once a month, and so on. The latest addition to my spice rack is Bright Hearts. And it is already proving to be a very sweet addition by helping me make my weekends more productive and in bringing out the more confident version of myself in any forum, which is exactly the flavor I wanted to achieve by adding this spice to my life. As we grow up, our taste buds change. Children have more number of taste buds and their taste buds are more sensitive. So they like sweet foods and do not like sour or bitter foods. But as they grow up, the taste buds reduce in count and their sensitivity also decreases. So they are able to tolerate sour and bitter foods. Growing up felt the same to me. The experiences that once made my life sweet may not remain the same now. Some may even be lost forever, like A to Z Book World, which was shut down. But that did not mean that the joy of reading had to stop. Life just needed a different masala mix. And my only goal in life is to never stop experimenting and keep discovering which blend of spices make life the tastiest dish I can cook. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sneha, for taking us through the different spices of your life. Coming back to the quiz section, can we have the next question, please? Which Indian state is home to the only floating national park in the world? Priyansh? Yeah. Yes, that's correct. Nice throw, Bulbul. Nice throw. Yeah, can we have the next question, please? What's the most consumed beverage in India after water? I think that's pretty easy. Can we have the guess? Yeah. Huh? No. Vibhor. Huh? Yeah, chai. Yes, that's correct. Vibhor. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. Moving on to our next speaker. Our speaker number 4 is Toastmaster Vibha Varde, and the evaluator is Vibhor Srivastava. Toastmaster Vibhor Srivastava. I call upon Toastmaster Vibha to please come on the stage. Vibha Varde, versions of Vibha Varde.
Let me ask you something. When you were a child, what did you want to become when you grow up? A doctor? A cricketer? An astronaut? Or did it change every week like mine did? As a child, I was full of curiosity and imagination. Whenever someone asked, Beta, what would you like to become when you grow up? One day, I wanted to be a doctor. The other day, a teacher. Then a fashion designer and even a police officer. Most of my career dreams and inspirations came not from the role models, but from the daily soap. Whoever wore a cool uniform or looked powerful on screen instantly became my next big idea. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. My name is Vibha Varde, and I am excited today to take you through the turns, twists, and transformations that made me who I am. I come from a city known for its grand forts and delicious sweets, also known as Blue City. Any guesses? Jodhpur, Rajasthan. I grew up in a joint family of 10 people where love and noise were always in abundance. My parents and my grandparents showered me with love and care, even when I pushed them to the patience of their brain. Growing up in a business class family, no, I'm not telling you about the airline seats, but to a family where everyone around me was into business. So success was not optional for me. It was expected. I completed my schooling and graduation both from Jodhpur. Along with my graduation, I completed a 3-year of Bharatanatyam diploma as well. That made me feel alive and made me explore my creative side too. Even though I studied computer science engineering, my first job was as a customer experience specialist at Urban Clap in Gurgaon. I took that job not because I liked it, but to a thought that this is the opportunity for me to learn the art of speaking with clarity and confidence. I had no clue of what corporation is and what humans even do in front of the screen. I was never a most talkative person. And now I had to speak all day with empathy and professionalism. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, it was tough. But I challenged myself every single day, and slowly I improved. But still, after 10 months, I realized that this is not something I want. So I made a bold choice and I quit. I took a break, not to rest, but to rebuild. I moved back to Jodhpur and decided to explore everything I had put on hold. I started a cooking YouTube channel with my mom. I did paintings that calmed my mind. I launched online yoga sessions and dance classes and taught more than 100 students. To this day, that journey makes me deeply proud. While I was enjoying that creative and peaceful phase, there came a time when I decided to get married. To that, it came with new priorities and responsibilities. So then I decided to prepare for a career in IT, trying to blend my creative spirit with a more stable path. After hustling for nearly a year, on my first wedding anniversary, I surprised my husband, not with lots of gifts, but a job offer letter in my hand as a business analyst at Rapido. And I still remember the sparkle in his eyes. It felt like he wanted that job more than I do. And today I am working at Target. My life has been full of twists and turns. From school ranks to Bharatanatyam diploma, from corporate life to yoga instructor, from urban club to Target. Through it all, I have kept moving forward with courage and a smile. I have switched careers, worn many hats, taken bold chances, and here today at Toastmasters giving my first speech. Today, I see myself as an evolving and ambitious woman, and joining Bright Heart Toastmasters is my way of growing further. I want to express myself more freely and connect deeply with the peers. And with this vibrant community, I am here to embrace the new challenges, step out of my comfort zone, and learn from all your stories. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vibha, for that inspiring story. Moving on to the quiz section, can we have the next question, please? Which Indian scientist is known as the missile man of India? I think the first one raised was Madhur. Yes, that's correct. No. Can we have the next question, please, Toastmaster Sangam? What is the name of the Indian snack that's round, hollow, and usually filled with spicy water? Somebody, Twinshu? Huh? No. No. Huh? Akshay? No. Huh? Neville. Yes. It's known. It's known by many names. Somebody calls them Pani Puri, Golgappa, or even Puchka. Thank you. Moving on to our next speaker. Our next speaker is Toastmaster Somil Gupta. The evaluator for Toastmasters Somil is Toastmaster Tarun Joseph. I call upon Toastmaster Somil to please come on the stage. Somil Gupta, the leap of faith, Somil Gupta.
Thank you. The leap of faith. Good evening, dear Toastmasters and my dear guests. Give me a thumbs up if you have a moment where you took a leap of faith. Everyone, right? Today, I will give you a glimpse of my life where I took the leap of faith because there were people to support. I grew up in Gurgaon. I did most of my schooling from Amity International School. To be honest, I was not good in studies. I used to get good marks. But one subject in which I was really bad was maths. From grade 5th to grade 9, I used to score between 50 to 60% marks only. So when I reached 10th grade, I decided that, okay, I should join a tuition. But it was not because I wanted to improve my grades. It was because I liked a girl. Right. But as it went on, my infatuation towards that girl sidelined, and I started loving my maths teacher. I started loving his methods of teaching maths. Okay. Okay. He made the equations look so simple. And I never realized that maths could be that easy. So one afternoon, I went to him and I told him that, so I never realized that maths could have been so simple. So he looked at me and he said that, yeah, because you were always doing it in the wrong way. Because you were always doing it the wrong way and you just trust my method. So I followed his advice and I ended up scoring 100% marks in my 10th grade. My parents were shocked. I was shocked. My maths teacher at school was shocked, except one person. That was Mr. Quatra sir, because he knew I could do it. From there, I learned that every problem in life can be broken down into sub-problems and can be easily solved. I took that lesson and it really helped me during my college days. I joined Manipal in 2019 to do my engineering course. And I was really excited because finally I had the freedom. Little did I know that my 10-day holy vacation will soon turn out to be a 2.5-year vacation at home due to COVID. Soon my bedroom became my universe. Snacks on coffee table, laptop on lap, and then there was unbreakable streak of web series and movies. So one fine day, my friend called me. He's like, "Hey Somil, what are you up to?" Very proudly, I told him that, "Hey man, I completed Game of Thrones in a week." And he was like, "Yeah, impressive, but what are you doing to upskill yourself?" I was blank. Because in reality, I was doing nothing. I was just watching movies and playing games. So he told me that he's part of IEEE club. And do I want to be a part of that club as a web developer? So I said, yeah, why not? And there I met some of the most amazing people, a group of people who used to encourage us to participate in hackathons, to participate in various events. And from there, we started participating in hackathons. Something which I used to think that, okay, it's kind of impossible to build an application in a day or two, became a cakewalk for us. We ended up winning college level hackathons, national hackathons, in fact, international hackathons. And from there, I realized the power of teamwork and collaboration. That if you're with the right set of people, it can really help you grow. And in fact, it even helped me landing my first ever job as a full stack developer in GridRaster. From there, so like when my job started, it was really good because it was a complete work from home environment. So I had the opportunity to have vacation at various places in Himachal Pradesh, which is my hometown too. And after some time, life became a bit monotonous. So I decided to come to Bangalore. So in October 2023, I shifted to Bangalore. Life was great again. I was meeting new friends, meeting new people, having fun on weekends. But sooner I started realizing that, okay, I'm missing something really important, that I'm not working on myself. I'm not working on my communication skills. And hence came the Bright Hearts. People, the day, I clearly remember that before coming to Bright Hearts, I had made my mind that I should avoid it, right? And like back in 2023, my dad had told me about Toastmasters. And then I used to think that I had an image that it will be a room full of uncle and aunties talking about their retirement days. And I was like, nah, I'm not going there. But Bright Heart gives you such a warm environment. That moment you enter through the door, you leave your nervousness outside. And when you exit, you become a new person. When I exited the door, I knew that I am going to come here every weekend. And I also realized uncle and aunties can be fun. Yeah. So here I am taking another leap of faith to see how much I can grow, how better I can become, and like hoping that you guys become the champion for me, to support me through the journey and to be a better communicator. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmasters Somil. I'm not sure if all of us are very comfortable being called uncle and auntie, but yeah. All right. Huh? All right, moving on to our quiz section. Can we have the next question, please? Which Indian state is the largest producer of solar energy? Somebody who has not answered. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. That's correct. All right. Can we have the next question, please? Where in India are rats worshipped in a temple? Yeah, Varsha? Sorry, Vibha, sorry. No. Can you name the temple? Name of the temple? No. Yes. Yes, Karni Mata Temple, Rajasthan. Yeah, amazing. All right, moving on to our next speaker. The next speaker is Toastmaster Pranav Singh, and the evaluator for Pranav is Toastmaster Priyansh Tripathi. I call upon Toastmaster Pranav to please come on the stage, please. Spark plus synergy, Pranav.
Thank you. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I have experienced that a spark can turn into a big flame only when the breeze helps it grow. My story in my life revolves again and again around a simple formula: spark plus synergy. That's the inspiration followed by the people who fan it to grow something bigger. My first spark. I grew up in the steel city of Bhilai, where we served the Bhilai steel plant from the past 2 generations, where molten iron was not the only one forged under heat, so were ambitions. My mom gave me my first spark. She gave me the 5-word dare: why not you try it once? She meant the CAT, the India's toughest MBA exam, so-called toughest MBA exams. Synergy. Synergy arrived in this case in disguise as a coaching class, where number ninjas were crunching equations even before I finished reading them. They say bell the cat, but in the first month of my prep, the cat belled me. Weekends turned into sleepless nights, mocks, lots of chai, and sometimes tears because I was not scoring so good in the mocks. 8 months later, I walked into the examination hall armed with confidence instead of caffeine, scored 98th percentile, and SP Jain Bombay opened its doors. I got an upgrade from my relatives. From beta, fix this TV remote, to beta, where should I invest in? Spark plus synergy, resulting into I getting admission. My second spark, discovering Toastmasters. At B school, I met Samir, who could turn boring placements briefings feel like a TED talk. His secret sauce? He was managing the college's prestigious communications club. One fine evening, over a football match, Samir gave me an advice: bro, check out Toastmasters. No offside and one single shot straight to the goal. That was my spark when I learned about this mysterious organization called Toastmasters. Post MBA, when work moved me to Pune, I joined a club nearby. Veterans trimmed my filler words. Counters and timers timed my pauses. And the weekly roll calls turned my stage fright to somewhat stage fun. I still get butterflies, just I managed to control them. Spark plus synergy, resulting into voice getting unlocked. Outside my work, my daily routine or the weekends still follow the same formula. However, in this case, it's an inner spark than an external one. The one tune I have been humming over the entire week finally lands onto my harmonium. Synergy, my music teacher, who turns simple lines into melodious Hindustani classical songs. Songs that once heard can't go unsung, and that stay with you. My newest spark is joining this club. That's I call Toastmasters 2.0. Yes, the Bright Hearts Club. I joined the club for the three intertwined reasons: clarity, connection, and growth. Clarity. As a product manager, I can turn business strategies and complex customer pain points to deliverable product specifications. But how about explaining my mom her WhatsApp privacy settings? That still need a better job at storytelling. Connection. I am here to build some real connections with every one of you. I crave for deeper conversations that help us learn. And last, the growth. My goal this year is very simple: turn my ahas and ums to aha moments, and also help give feedback as much as I receive. Even if I convert one member in the club, improve their speech, that's the improved version of myself. So, friends, whether it's ragas, table topics, or work, every flame only grows when the people around me helps it to grow bigger. And in this journey of growth at Toastmasters, the synergy comes from each one of you. So think back and recollect whose casual comment lit your last spark, and whose spark will you fan next. Sparks alone flicker out. Only with the right circle they forge steel. Take it from the Bhilai boy, now building products in Bangalore. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pranav, for that inspiring speech. Moving on to our quiz section. The next question is on the screen. Which Indian hill station has a toy train that's a UNESCO World Heritage Site? Yeah, Bulbul, I think you've been. Huh? No. Arundhati. Yes. All right, moving on to the next question, please. Which Indian city is known as the coffee capital of India? I think it's an easy one, being us in the south. Anybody? No? No, not Coorg. Yes, Nivedita. No? Yes, it's Chikmagalur, Karnataka. Thank you. Moving on to our next speaker. Our next speaker is Toastmaster Akash D. The evaluator for Akash is Toastmaster Deepak Kumar. I would request Toastmaster Akash to please proceed to the stage, please. From bright future to bright hearts, from bright future to bright hearts, Akash D.
Thank you. Good evening, Toastmasters and dear guests. What is that one thing which is important we cannot live just even for a minute? Air, which means breathing. Come, let's all take a deep breath. I did this because I wanted to take it. I arrived on this earth a while ago. If I tell the exact year, you would start calculating my year, date of birth. So I wouldn't. Instead, I'll keep it a secret so that you all will think that I'm younger than I am. During my childhood, I used to be outside always with the friends. We didn't have mobile phones, but still we managed to meet our friends. There were no cameras to capture our memories, but they are always captured in our hearts. I'm happy to witness both old and tech generations. When I was born, I think something magical going on in the sky. You know why? I think that might be the reason they named me that actual meaning of sky. Means my name is Akash, which means I'm limitless, at least in name. When it comes to family, there are 5 members at home: dad, mom, brother, and sister-in-law. Growing up with just 3 years apart, I and my brother were never short of actions or injuries because we both were WWE fans. And our living room used to be the ring. And the same person used to win always. Can you guess who it was? No, you all were wrong. There was a surprise entrance of our mom, who used to come like a storm and effortlessly pin both of us with her death stare. I studied in a school called Bright Future. To make my future bright, I'm here in Bright Hearts. At 11th or PU, I took science. Right after completing, I was planning to join engineering. Any engineers here? Oh, that's great, but I'm not one. My brother, who was already doing good, studying engineering, told one thing: don't join if you don't enjoy crying over a code at 3 a.m. So I decided to join BCA at Oxford. Guess what? I ended up coding again. But I cry at 2 a.m. instead. After graduation, I got an opportunity to work in Accenture. Before I tell about my current job, I would like to ask you all one thing. How many of you think the comparison is a thief of joy? You can raise your hands. But not in one case. I'm working in a current company, which is comparison tech. At least that comparison brings me joy because I'm grateful for my job. If I would like to tell about my hobbies, I don't keep hobbies. I have a good habits instead, like regular workouts, meditating, cold showers, spending time with family, spending time in nature, and learning new things. So all these things keeps me disciplined, stay away from distractions, eat healthy, and gives me peaceful sleep. And as I said, I learn new things. So I list out things what I need to improve on. So I decided to work on building confidence, work on leadership, work on public speaking, and personal and professional development, along with extending my network. So that is the reason I'm here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akash, for that wonderful speech. moving on to our next question. What is the name of the Indian festival where people fly carts competitively across cities? It's a pretty easy one. I just want to give it to somebody who has not answered. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry? It's Makar Sankranti and Uttaran. I think it's the same festival. Yes. Thank you so much. All right. The next question. Which Indian city has a road officially named as Boring Road? Huh? Yeah. Akash. No. Still more traffic. No. It's officially known as Boring Road. Yes, Patna, Bihar. That's correct. All right. Bulbul. Showing amazing boarding skills. Thank you so much. All right, moving on to our next speaker. Our next speaker is Toastmaster Manjarika Kandulu, and the evaluator for Manjarika is Pooja Barik. I call upon Toastmaster Manjarika to please come on the stage. In pursuing what you love, you discover who you are. In pursuing what you love, you discover who you are. Manjarika Kandulu.
In pursuing what you love, you discover who you are. This line sums up my life so far. And today, I would like to tell you all about how two of my passions helped me discover who I am. A very good evening, dear Toastmasters and guests. I am Manjarika. I am a software engineer at Toshiba. I am originally from Chennai, and I moved to Bangalore a couple of years back when I joined my first job. Beyond my professional life, I have two passions which help me become who I am. My first passion, the one that has been with me since my childhood, is my passion for reading. As a teenager, I didn't have much money to do what I wanted, but I did have my very own lending library card. And that was all that I needed at that time. I enjoyed reading various genres like dystopian fiction, which is my favorite, romance, and even self-help books. I reached a personal record of reading about 50 books within a year a couple of times. My favorite book is Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. I believe that books shaped my perspective on everything. By reading the various characters' perspectives, I realized that what my perspective was. And bonus point, I always had a good story to share to my friends during lunchtime. Reading was my first passion. It was quiet, personal, and safe. But by time, I realized that I knew so many good stories, but I didn't have a story of my own. That's when I started my pursuit of my second passion, which went on to become my first and eternal love of my life, dance. Dance was not an easy passion to pursue. My family was unsupportive of it due to the taboo around it. However, I decided to go forward and give it a shot when I was in the second year of my college. And I attended my first ever hip hop dance class. I was ecstatic the entire time. And when the class ended, I knew that I had taken the best decision of my life. I realized that I was the happiest when I was in the dance floor. Dance taught me how to express myself. It taught me how to live in the moment. Dance has been an important part of my life ever since. I feel very blessed to have both dance and books in my life. But along with these two passions, there has been one more thing that I have been wanting to try for a very long time. That is to join a Toastmasters club. When I was 18, 5 years back, just out of school and about to join college, I discovered about Toastmasters. I paid a visit to the nearest Toastmasters club in Chennai as a guest. And the Toastmasters club had everything I wanted. And I wanted to join the club immediately. However, there was one catch. I had to pay a sum of 500 rupees per month to be a part of the club. And at that time, I didn't have the money. 5 years later, today, I am happy that I am back in Toastmasters, this time as a member. This is my latest pursuit, and I hope to have a great time learning and growing with everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manju. I think we are going to call her Manju because her name is a little I think it's fine. All right. Moving on to our next section. We don't have the questions here, but I will be reading it out here. Which Indian state has the largest number of official languages spoken? Which Indian state has the largest number of official languages spoken? Yes, Ilang. No. Sorry? No. No. Towards the east side. Just move towards the east side. No. Towards the northeast side. No. It's Arunachal Pradesh. So Arunachal Pradesh has over 50 official languages and countless dialects. Yeah. It's a pretty interesting fact. Oh my. All right, to the next question. Which Indian city is home to the world's largest movie studio complex? Yeah? Yes, it's Hyderabad, Ramoji Film City. Correct. That. All right. Thank you so much, guys. We have now reached to our last speaker. Our last speaker is Toastmaster Varun Mangamuri, and this evaluator is Toastmaster Pankaj Sankla. I call upon Toastmaster Varun to please. Varun Mangamuri, tenderly to Toastmasters Varun.
Good evening, everyone. Yeah, my name is Varun. So I'm very delighted to be a new member of this club. I was born in a small town called Tenali in Andhra Pradesh, where I had studied until my 7th standard. One interesting fact about Tenali is that it is also called as Andhra Paris. Not because of the Eiffel Tower, but because of 3 canals of Krishna River flowing through it. So after completing my 7th standard, we had to move to a beautiful city called Vijayawada, where I had studied my 10th and 12th. During my 12th, there used to be a lot of pressure to get into IIT colleges to do bachelor's in engineering. How many engineers in the room? Yes, you guys would understand my pain. Yeah, in spite of trying my best, I was not able to get seat in any of the IIT college. But I did get a seat in VR Siddhartha Engineering College from Vijayawada. At the time, even though I was happy that I got a seat in a college which is located in Vijayawada itself, so that I can stay with my parents, but I was also very upset that I didn't get seat in any of the IIT college. But looking back now, I couldn't imagine myself in any other college than VR Siddhartha Engineering College. It was the best phase of my life. I had experienced it all, from bunking the classes to watch a movie and preparing for the entire semester exams in the last minute. And the best of it all were the unplanned trips. The memories I made during those trips were unforgettable. As the time flew by, my last year of the college had arrived, which meant one thing: placements. Even though my college had offered very good placement opportunities, I had bigger aspirations. I wanted a good job with a great salary. So I decided to pursue masters. I started giving several entrance examinations, and this time I got seat in BITS Pilani Hyderabad campus, which is my dream university. I was very happy because even though I didn't get my bachelor seat as I wanted, I got my master seat as I truly desired. My time at the university was incredible. I met people from different backgrounds, different ethnicities, different religions, and made a lot of very good friends. Everything was going great until COVID hit during my second year. Initially, we thought we are just going for a month of vacation and we'll be just back like that. That month turned to 6 months turned to a year, and we never came back. Our placements, our classes, our meetings, everything turned online. It was during the placements I had realized for the first time that I lacked communication skills. I was able to pass written tests with ease, but during interviews, I would just freeze. I faced rejection after rejection, and I was completely demotivated. But I didn't give up. After a total of 16 interviews and 6 companies later, I finally got a job in MediaTek Bangalore. I will never forget the day when I got the offer. It was during work from home time, so I was running and dancing around my house with joy. My parents were unsure why I was dancing just like that. Little did I know my communication struggles weren't over. Few years into the company, my manager gave me a direct feedback. He was like, "Varun, you have solid technical skills, but you're not able to present yourself properly." This feedback was my wake-up call. This is when I realized improving communication skills is the only way to truly succeed in my career. And that is what brought me to Bright Hearts Toastmasters today. So Bright Hearts Toastmasters is a new chapter of my life where I am excited to push past my comfort zone to improve my public speaking, communication, and leadership skills. Before I close, I would like to share a little about my hobbies. I would like to go on long rides without caring about the destination. And also, I would like to play board games and badminton. If any of you guys share this interest, you know who to call. That's it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Toastmaster Varun. What a wonderful speech marathon. We have 9 fabulous speakers coming and setting the stage on fire. Can we please have a round of applause for them? With that, we have come to the end of the speech section. I would request everybody to take out your phone and please vote. The voting line is open. The link is BI. This is a scanner. Okay, we can scan this and it will directly take you to the voting link.
We'll be selecting top 2 speakers today. So there's a best speaker and a second best.
If anyone is having internet issue, you can connect to my hotspot, name iPhone, password, first line of keyboard.
What? Password is what?
First line of keyboard.
As a first line of keyboard. Time. Please show a thumbs up if you're done.
5 responses. 25.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys, for that cheer. Huh? No, no, no more. No, 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 no more. No more. Okay, I think we have enough energy to proceed with our meeting. All right. So with that, we proceed with our evaluation section. And thank you to all the speakers for the wonderful speeches. We will be hearing from all the evaluators on their evaluation for the respective speakers they are evaluating. The first evaluator who will be evaluating Toastmaster Nivedita is Toastmaster Twinshu Parmar. Twinshu Parmar. Yeah.
Good evening, Bright Hearts, Toastmasters, guests, and a special good evening to my target speaker, Nivedita. Congratulations for delivering your first icebreaker speech, and we appreciate it's coming on first time and delivering. But I must say, you just not break the ice, but you also smash the ice. The purpose of the speech was to introduce yourself to this Toastmasters community. So the purpose you filled very nicely, and we all got to know about not only about you, but how to become a clinical researcher as well. So I have 3 highlights for your speech. First was content. The structure of your content was so structured that you started from how in the college days, in the school as well, KV, then college, Manipal College, and all the things. So, and your love of book, your favorite period was library. You understand the fictional characters, but how you again went to the self-help books, how life came back and kind of circled, and that also the hook you initially mentioned in your speech, like your uncle said, Nivi, you have changed too much. But then you again circled back in the end of the speech as how it changed. You said, I have changed a lot and become so matured, and how you that's. And the second thing is clarity and confidence. We can hear and understand each word she said. So even she used one sentence in her speech as in her language, and she translated it back so that everyone could understand what she wanted to say, and that brings something different what I felt. And the eye contact with the audience, you are like had a great eye contact with all the audience who were sitting, and it was making the audience awareness and engagement with the audience was good at that. Just one nitpick I had is like you had too much stage movements. It could be more conscious or lesser. Let's say when you are saying about KV, when you are in school. So for this flow, you can say in my school, I started with Kendra Vidyalaya, then went to Manipal, and then I became a tutor for the next time, and MBBS, and then clinical research, like that, somewhat the flow. And to sum up, I would say you had great content, the structure of speech was good, how you circled back again, how you started, and then clarity and confidence on the stage was what I admire about you. And the eye contact with audience felt you have great engagement with the audience as well. And if you just smaller nitpick, if you consciously use stage movement, it would be good. So I appreciate you as the first icebreaker. You did great job, and congratulate on you that. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Twilshu. Moving on to our next evaluator, who is evaluating Toastmaster Ilango. I call upon Toastmaster Sampreet Wari to share the evaluation.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I had a pleasure of listening Ilango's icebreaker speech today. His very first step in his Toastmaster journey. Coming to his highlights of his speech, the first thing I have to say is his structure of his speech. How he structured his speech from his childhood to becoming a father. How becoming a father made his responsibilities more, and how he wanted to improve on himself, improve his communication skills, and that led him to join Toastmasters Club. And the second highlight of his speech is his humor. Throughout his speech, people were laughing, audience all are laughing. That tells us in many segments of his speech, he was able to generate laughter, which is one of the most important things in engaging the audience. One example of his humor is how he told the problems of being a middle child, and the key highlight of his humor is he's very descriptive in explaining the scenario. One example is how he told about the entire segment of stealing that milk sweet, stealing money to buy that milk sweet. That was really nice. And the third highlight of his speech is vocal variety. How he used his vocal variety when he's acting as his mom or dad. That was really nice and engaging. Coming to the feedback that I have is he has unnecessary stage movement throughout his speech. There is no specific use case for that. What I felt is maybe he can use one side of stage when he was talking about his childhood, and in middle when he was talking about his college life, and on the other side maybe when he's talking about his marriage, after post-marriage life. With that, I want to conclude what his highlights are: structure of his speech, his humor and vocal variety, and little feedback that I have is his stage movement. And looking forward for his rest of his journey in the Toastmasters Club. With that, I want to end with saying, let's go Ilango.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sampreet. Moving on to our next evaluator, who is evaluating Toastmaster Sneha. I call upon Toastmaster Bulbul.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, and special good evening to Sneha. Congratulations first for delivering your icebreaker speech. So icebreaker speech is always difficult because it is the first time you are opening your book in front of a large audience, and you did it very nicely with confidence, warmth, and a smile on your face. Coming to the highlights of your speech, you started your speech with 2 bowls in your hand, and that immediately hooked audience attention that what this girl is about to tell. With 1 bowl with boiled vegetables and 1 with the spiced one. They weren't just the 2 bowl, but they were the storyteller of your entire speech. When you compared your spices with sweet with the Toastmaster, I think red chili with the adulthood. So you did very nicely, which helps the audience not just heard your speech, but experienced it. Second highlight was the humor. I could see that people are laughing when you were delivering your speech, especially when you were talking about asking your mom questions while she was cleaning up the spilled milk. So that was a humor which everyone of us have known, have experienced it. So that was very nice. Not a very big one, but minor nitpick. I want to suggest you to bring your speech to the next level. Pause for laughter. Sometimes I saw that people are laughing, but still laughing, but you choose to continue with your speech. So I would suggest that give the laughter some time for the audience to settle in, so that it will deliver your content, land your content very nicely with the audience. Second was your expression and stage movement. I felt that the voice tone was bland throughout your speech. Like when you are talking, life felt bland. It was just like a boiled vegetable. So I would suggest you to give a modulation on your voice. Second example can be when you again bring up the boiled milk as an example in your speech, that in adulthood, I didn't care about that boiled milk after cleaning the 20 minutes, the spilled one. So you can change your tone on that. So overall, variety was truly the spice of your speech, and you sprinkled it very nicely. For an icebreaker, little bit more pause and even richer experience. I think your future speeches will be irresistible. So on and all, great speech. This is the starter. I'm eagerly waiting for your main course. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bulbul. Moving on to our next evaluator, who is evaluating Toastmaster Vibha Verde. I call upon Toastmaster Vibhor Srivastav.
Thank you, Malim. I would be the evaluator for Vibha Verde, and coincidentally, we both are wearing the yellow kurta. Okay. So Vibha hooked the first part. When you were a child, what would you like to be? So there was a hooked hooked words, which I think everyone would agreed. Then your speech was not looking like that you are delivering a icebreaker. It looks like you are in a stage where maybe 200, 300 listeners are listening to you, and that was very confident. Your eye contact was fabulous. Suppose even I am not able to evaluate what as you tell, and some important words which you in your sentences or in your speech that you grew in a business class family, like airline seat, that humorous. I think I noticed everything, and the important was the success was expected. So that hooked me, and you did a very change, thing like Bharatnatyam 3-year diploma, then you move into customer experience in Urban Club, then you challenge your life every day, then you quit, then you rebuild, then go back again to Jodhpur, worked with your mom and started a YouTube channel, training or giving something in social media. Then again you shifted in, you want to be in IT for a stable path. Hustling in here, you got a job offer letter from in Target. So you switched a career, and I think very few of do lot of these things. So this was your highlights. You may want to work on a lighter note. Is like you did in 3-year diploma in Bharatnatyam. You should show some gestures like or something like that. Overall, good luck to you and thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vibhor. Our next evaluator is evaluating Toastmaster Somil Gupta. I call upon Toastmaster Tarun Joseph.
Thank you, Bright Hearts. Good evening, Bright Hearts, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, and a special good evening to my target speaker. Where is he? Yes, Somil. Somil, to start with, you had a very effective hook, especially with a thumbs up gesture, on the relevance of having supportive people in your life. And that's something that is extremely relatable to all or most of us. And that kept us hooked from the get-go. And that was a very effective tool to grab the audience's attention. Another key highlight that stood out was a good use or a good knack for humor, especially as you transition, as your love interest evolved from a girl to a teacher to a math as a subject. So we saw the increase in level of your maturity there, and taste as well. But more importantly, what I wanted to stress was the way in which you landed those jokes was very effective. And it resonated with each and every one of us. A few other takeaways that I wanted to point out were good use of hand gestures and a solid eye contact to complement the content of your speech. That was extremely complementary to each other. And a key takeaway for your speech that I found was leaving the nervousness outside this door and exiting as a new person. And that is an experience that me as a Bright Heart was found to be so relatable, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one in this room to do so. A few things that I wanted to highlight as areas of improvement. One was with respect to the way you handle transitions. There were some unintentional pauses here that you could have easily avoided, or with probably more practice. That's one key area. Another thing was with something similar along the lines of pauses, and that is to control your cadence. It seemed at places where when you were trying to deliver certain jokes, that you seemed to be in a bit of a rush, in a hurry to reach the climax of the joke, while the rest of the audience were sort of trailing, in the sense they were kind of building up the context for that joke. So allow that pause before you land the delivery or before you reach the climax for the context of the joke to build up, so that the audience are also brought along with it. The audience are not 5-10 seconds behind you in terms of the context or the punch that you want to land, and the laughter becomes immediately obvious to them, right? So to summarize, very effective usage of hooks, humor, eye contact, solid content, and if you want, if you can improve the transitions by handling the pauses effectively and by controlling the cadence of your speech, I'm pretty sure you can take your speech to the next level. So today, you took that leap of faith, and we saw what you did there, and we loved it. And it takes a lot of courage for you to come here and stand before the audience and deliver a speech. And congratulations to you on achieving this objective of this speech. And more importantly, you made a very important discovery that the uncles and aunties can be fun to hang out with, especially at Bright Hearts. I want that to be a core takeaway as well. All the best. All the best to you for your upcoming speeches. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tarun, for that wonderful evaluation. Moving on to our next evaluator. He is evaluating Toastmaster Pranav Singh, and I call upon Toastmaster Priyansh Tripathi to do that.
Good evening, everyone, and a special good evening to my target speaker, Pranav. The objective of the icebreaker speech is to introduce yourself to the club and have the basic understanding of the speech writing. And today we got to know who Toastmaster Pranav is and about his spark and energy. So you have met your objective of the speech. I'll divide my evaluation in 3 segments: highlights, and then the areas of improvement, and then the summary. The first highlight I would say is the start which you did. In the start, you made that spark and the sound which you made. I could not make that sound, but you really hooked the audience there. You got the attention of the audience. The second one would be you explained the story of how you prepared for the cat. And then initially you got punched and then you got 98 percentile in cat. So well done on that part. You explained that part very well. And also the clarity which you had during the speech and the reason why you have joined Toastmasters with the 3 reasons which you specified: clarity, connection, and growth. You explained those very well. And there was some of the stage movement which I really liked, like the goal thing which you did by coming here and then the goal, and the tickle part which you did on the stage. Well done on those parts. Now there's one minor nitpick which I would say that is also the highlight. You were like standing mostly on the right side of the stage. You did use the stage very well, but you were mostly on the right side. Like you had the 2 spark in your whole speech. You should have done like 1 spark here and then started with the 2nd spark here. With this, you would have taken your speech to the next level. All in all, summary, I would say you had a great storytelling, excellent stage uses, but with some minor like conscious stage movement, like you could use the right side of the stage also. And the speech structure that you can take your speech to the next level. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Priyansh, for that wonderful evaluation. Moving on to our next evaluator, and he's evaluating Toastmaster Akash D, and the evaluator is Toastmaster Deepak.
Good evening, Bright Hearts and dear guests, and special good evening to my target speaker. Where is he? Akash. Hi, Akash. The objective of our speech today was to introduce yourself and to also to get to know why you have joined Bright Heart. Your story told us your complete from childhood to adulthood story, and also you gave the reasoning for why you have joined the Bright House. So that way the objective of the speech was covered, and that talks about the good structure of the speech, and that's one of the highlight is that a good structure of the speech was there to cover the purpose of the speech. The second highlight was that your speech was spread with humor. Be it wrestling, worldwide wrestling entertainment, fighting, or engineers crying at 3 a.m. and BCA crying at 2 a.m. And like that, there were a lot of instances, and I see that, you know, in a silent Akash, there is a very good sense of humor which comes out day to day also. So today that was present in your speech today. So that was the highlight. To nitpick right now, because you are just started, I would give you one suggestion to look at, side movement. So covering the stage, like starting from childhood here and then college and then job and what not as a structure, that whether it is based on the time or based on something else. So make use of the space, make use of the stage. So summarizing, you had a great structure, great storytelling skill, good humor, and also motivating and inspiring speech. That's what also I noted. And look towards the use of side movement in your next presentation as a carry as a feedback from this meeting today. Thank you very much. I look forward to your future speeches. Thank you.
God. Stop it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Moving on to our next evaluator, who is evaluating Toastmaster Manjurika Kandulu. I call upon Toastmaster Pooja.
How many of you remember that Manjurika read how many books in a year? Okay, very nice. Good evening, Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good evening.
And a special good evening to my dear Toastmaster, Manjurika. First of all, congratulations for completing your icebreaker speech. Giving the first speech is a significant milestone, and you did it with enthusiasm and authenticity. The purpose of the speech is clearly met. Your speech very well told about your journey from Chennai to Bangalore, very impressive. Your story was quite relatable to many of us. In fact, your passion for dance gave me an inspiration that we usually ignore in the hustle of life. Now, I have a few highlights for you. First thing, you had a very nice eye contact with the audience. And second, you had a great structure of speech. A small nitpick that you could have covered your schooling and college days as well in your speech. Overall, you had a great stage presence. And with that, I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pooja. Moving on to our last evaluator, who's evaluating Toastmaster Varun. I call upon Toastmaster Pankaj Sangla.
Oh my God. What a wonderful marathon of amazing speeches today we had experienced. And Varun, it was a special, very good, Varun, your icebreaker was perfect addition to the today's marathon. You just not broken the ice, but you melted it very perfectly. Congratulations on your very first speech, the most important step in the Toastmaster journey. So coming to the highlights of your speech, content and storytelling. So I really loved how you shared your personal story, especially the engineering college life journey, where everyone can relate with that. And you were very expressive on the stage. And second part was the body language. So it was really very good uses of the stage. And third is the voice and energy. So you were smiling and very confident on the stage throughout your speech, and it was really engaging with the audience. So one very minor area of recommendation. Uh, so one small suggestion: you can slow down slightly during important points where people can observe that information. Overall, it was really very good and very engaging. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. This brings us to the end of the evaluations. With that, I would like to call the timer, Toastmaster Nikhil, to present the timer's report.
So yeah, everybody did really well. There were only two people who could not meet the time guidelines, two evaluators. So one was Pankaj, he took 1 minute and 30 seconds, and Pooja, she took 1 minute and 27 seconds. Rest all met the time guidelines. I'll just go over each of the time report. Okay, so our SAA took 4 minutes 30 seconds. The president took 11 minutes 40 seconds, and the Toastmaster of the day took 3 minutes 40 seconds in the introduction. Coming to the speakers, Nivedita took 6 minutes 30 seconds exactly. Then Ilango took 5 minutes 47 seconds. Sneha took 5 minutes 25 seconds. Vibha took 5 minutes 53 seconds. Somil took again 5 minutes 53 seconds. Pranav took 5 minutes 24 seconds. Akash took 5 minutes 22 seconds. Manjarika took 4 minutes 20 seconds, and Varun took 4 minutes 20 seconds. Coming to the evaluators, Twinshu took 3 minutes 23 seconds. Sampreet took 2 minutes 29 seconds. Bulbul took 3 minutes 16 seconds. Vibhor took 2 minutes 29 seconds. Tarun took 3 minutes 27 seconds. And okay, I'm just getting lost with the names and the number of evaluators. So I'll just mention the last two evaluators. The evaluator 6 was, he took 2 minutes 9 seconds, and evaluator 7 took 3 minutes 11 seconds. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nikhil. I think I can totally stand for elections now. I have so many voters. All right, I think we have come to the end of the evaluation section. The voting lines are open. Would request you please take out your phone and please vote. The link is, you're going to put up the scanner.
Hotspot is on and safe. Thank you, Priyansh.
She also choosing two evaluators, right? Two best evaluators.
After Puspa passes it. No, no. All right. Um, as we wrap up today's speech marathon, I would invite all of you to take this theme, to carry this theme forward. India beyond the frame. Patriotism isn't just about waving flags on a special days, right? It's about looking closer, asking questions, and embracing the full, sometimes messy, always beautiful complexity of who we are, not just as citizens, but as storytellers of our shared culture. So the next time someone tries to define India in a single frame, offer them a wider lens, and maybe even your own story. With that, I hand over the stage to the president of our club, distinguished Toastmaster Arundhati Basu.
I love how everybody scandalized Malim today. She, for a second, was like, I know my name is Malim. But what a wonderful meeting it has been so far. Lovely to hear 9 amazing, absolutely extraordinary icebreaker speeches. I think we have time, so I'm going to try doing this. So we started off with Nivedita telling us about how she moved from Nancy Drew to clinical research, and in between telling that she was blooming. Nivedita, we absolutely loved it. We only feel for the people you lead. And then we had Elango. And the minute you say go, Elango just started. But Elango loved your story about being the middle child and then raising 2 beautiful kids now. We thoroughly enjoyed. And what stood out to me is he not only enacted his parents, but also his wife. I am going to hope she watches the recording, Elango. And then we had Sneha. When she started off with those 2 tiffin boxes that she got, I was really looking forward to some speech around food, but how you connected it with the spices in your life and how you moved through your journey, Sneha, absolutely thrilled to hear about you. All I'm going to say is the khichdi tasty? Can we have it after the meeting? She says yes. Okay, so you have a clearance. And then we had Vibha. As vibrant as she looked, she absolutely narrated her story with finesse, right? Vibha, you amazed us with the number of things you've achieved in this span of your life. Bharatnatyam, yoga, cooking channel, don't know what. But I love how not only you, but both you and your evaluator are so loyal to Rapido that you're both wearing yellow. Like, let's go Rapido. They're not giving us auto so well. After that, we had Saumil come in. I loved how Saumil structured his whole story with leap of faith. And Saumil, I can absolutely assure you, just like all your leaps of faith, this leap of faith of joining Bright Heart is going to be successful the way you started. It was brilliant. And no matter how many times you call people uncle and auntie, everybody at Bright Heart is so young at heart. So you're going to have some tough competition. And then after that, we had Pranav. When Pranav started, I thought it's like a magic show, right? He did some sparkling, some magic, but Pranav, you ignited a spark within all of us. Loved your story about how you came in. Just like you said, you came here to get clarity. I thought your speech today had absolute clarity. We know Pranav so well now. But Pranav, my only question to you, are you able to offer us some discount on steel? Because you come from Bhilai. A lovely speech. Thank you, Pranav. And we had Akash. Akash, firstly, thoroughly enjoyed your story, your complete journey, everything you've done. I loved how you smartly opened by saying, I wanted to do this, so I made all of y'all do it, right? That's inclusivity at its best. The only question for you, does comparison compare packages as well and offer you good salary? Akash, lovely speech. Thank you so much. And then we had Manjarika. Yes, Manjarika, like I told you, loved how you put in both your passion, reading, till you said dancing, I couldn't guess. So really loved how the story was packaged, your absolute finesse and control on that. Can you teach us Japanese for free, Manjarika? Just because helping you become a better speaker. And finally, we had Varun. Varun, the minute you said how many engineers in the room, I felt how badly engineers need to be good communicators. 50% of the room were engineers. But then the way you shaped up your story, told us about your journey, how you went about it, and how you've got to where you've got to today. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Looking forward to you delivering much more speeches at Bright Hearts, right? So it's 9 stellar speeches, so good that they've made a permanent mark on my memory, for sure. Not every day do you remember all 9 speeches delivered. But what I would also like to commend today is 9 absolutely brilliant evaluation. So I could see Twinshu laugh throughout the speech marathon, right? He was one man who was enjoying it. The fab evaluation done today, Twinshu, very nicely done. And then Sampreet, just nice to have you back. Loved how much you've grown as an evaluator as well, Sampreet. We had Bulbul. I think Bulbul's come a long way in her journey. She's not only improved as a bowler today because some of her chocolates eventually landed correctly, but she's also improved as an evaluator. And then we had Vibhor. Vibhor, whenever he comes back, it's so nice to have you on this stage. I loved how mesmerized you were by Vibha's speech, that Vibhor was also, he's now keen on learning Bharatanatyam, Vibha. So you can help Vibhor. And we had Tarun. Tarun, so articulate with the evaluation that he delivered. Okay, now some people are like, we had somebody else. No? Right. But I sometimes wish, Tarun, the weather forecast was as articulate as your evaluation, right? But just for the benefit of new members, that's Tarun's profession. No, he doesn't forecast Bangalore weather. He has better job to do. But Tarun, very nice, very nicely put across an evaluation that I'm sure will help your speaker. We also had Deepak. Deepak, I loved how encouragingly you passed on that feedback to the speaker, just to make the speaker feel really good about what they did, but yet put across a point. We also had Pooja next. Pooja, yeah, no matter what you call her, she's spot on when it comes to delivering evaluation. It was like Pooja winning a court case, and like, I know what to say. But Pooja, thank you very much. It was very nicely done. Lovely to see you start off as an evaluator. I'm sure you will grow as you go. And then we had Pankaj. Pankaj, it was not only about his speaker. He took an effort to commend all the 9 speakers. The way you were happy about it, Pankaj, made all of us feel happy. And that was a tremendous evaluation. And just in case you thought my memory failed and I forgot Priyansh, that's not true. Priyansh was busy writing certificates. I don't want him to mess that. But Priyansh, My God, this boy's confidence inspires me. How he has grown from being a small kid who came in just trying to explore Toastmasters to an absolute fabulous speaker now. So very well done. Let's give it up for all the 9 speakers and the 9 evaluators. I'm quite certain that as much as I enjoyed today's meeting and all the speeches, so did our guests. So we would love to get some feedback from our guests today. I'll try to pick on firstly people we haven't heard from at all. So sir, if you could come on stage, tell us your name and how you liked today's meeting.
Hi, good evening. I'm Manu Mohanan. I'm a director with KPMG in India practice. This is the first time I'm attending a Toastmasters meeting. So I have attended few, trial and errors, and I have tried few, but I've tried the online version as well. But I think the interaction with the team members gives us more confidence in terms of addressing the, as a large gathering or a public. So as a guest for the first time, as I said, I have tried 2-3 other trial sessions, being some of, they call it as some of the burst in Bangalore, but this kind of energy I have never seen anywhere. And the kind of how people are inspiring others to talk, that I've never seen. In most of the cases, it was more like watching a show, kind of like, they do their own things and leave after that. But here, each one of us are, I think we are making sure that we are helping others in terms of coping up with the, their requirement of being a better speaker. So I can see a very great team effort here. So I would like to be part of this team going forward, and to be part of this energetic team, which I can also carry with me going forward. So thank you so much for allowing me to be part of this this program, and looking forward to be a part of your team. Yeah, thank
Thank you, Manu, for that feedback. We're extremely glad and thrilled that you enjoyed the meeting today, and absolutely encouraging each other is our USP. That's what we set out Bright Hearts to do. Not only grow ourselves, but grow together as a community. Very glad that you wish to be part of our family, I would say, than team. So we look forward to having you on board. Thank you. And then could we have you? You can come and tell us your name and how you like me.
Good evening, guys. So my name is Krishna, and I got to know about this from one of my mentor, because he has been the part of the Toastmaster in Indranagar. So he told me about that. If you want to improve your communication skill, you should join the Toastmasters. So while we were discussing about the communication skill improvement, he just searched this thing, what are the ways to improve your communication skill in the chat GPT, and the Toastmaster was the first thing which we got to know. So he asked me to join this thing. So I have been coming here. So I came 2-3 times on Saturdays, and when I got to know about the Sunday classes. So this is my first class, and I came late, but I got to. So, but that's fine. So whatever I heard or I saw, that was really fantastic, and thank you all.
I'm sure we'd win if we ever went anywhere as cheering squad, right? But Krishna, thank you very much for your kind feedback. I'm certain your mentor and ChatGPT both are correct. So Toastmasters is the place where you can definitely improve your communication. We're glad you chose the Bright Way by coming to Bright Hearts, and we look forward to having you more often. Before I move on and gather any other guest feedback, it's an absolute pleasure to have one of our members come and attend our meeting after a very long time. So I'd love to know how he's feeling. So Sumit, why don't you come and say a few words? Yay.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. So I'm already a member at Toastmaster. I joined here in May this year, but I took a break of 2 months in between. So yeah, it feels good coming here after a long time, listening to the 9 icebreaker speech. Each one of them did very well. Yeah, and so looking forward to coming more in the next few meetings.
Thank you very much, Sumit. Welcome back. And it's amazing how Sumit, who didn't attend the meetings for 2 months, knows the dress code and some regulars have forgotten. But that's okay. We take it all in the right spirit. Right. Okay. So we've got 2 more guests. So we quickly try and gather some feedback. So Gopi, would you like to come and share your thoughts?
My watch said too loud. Good evening, everyone. So, as I earlier said, maybe some people weren't there. This is my first ever meeting where I'm meeting Toastmasters. It's very exciting. You know, so I love the way he spoke about energies and synergies, right? Now, I knew the energy was there in the room, but the synergy I could really observe because, see, not one gave a comment which was negative, right? We are used, at least I am used to a lot of people who are nitpicking only the negatives in life, right? Someone said salt was too much in. Yeah. Okay, see, this is fantastic. I think that I love the team. I love the energy here. You know, the only problem I have is like I don't remember names of people. Probably you guys have to have a badge of yours, at least for me,
No
because I will still come back as a member. You know, that's a promise I made to myself today. It's not something that I say on the first go. I take a lot of time generally in making decisions. The only thing that drove me today, I'm very grateful to Vishnu, by the way. I said your name, bro, just like last. So, so see, it was an easier decision to make. A lot of things make sense because a lot of people, I'm very glad that some clubs exist like this where people would want to improve communication and there are synergies there which are helping you do so. But my aim to come here was to just socialize with people. It's not like I want to improve my communication and then like bhayo behno. No. I'm being very honest here. But I just want to socialize with people. I am very held back. I don't talk to people much. I think this team is something that I'm already able to relate with. It's not like those uncles and aunties somewhere. It's like, no, I don't think so. This is fun. This is fun. You guys are going to see me. I'm very glad that one person wore a cap today. So I was like, okay, am I the odd man out? I could see a lot of people having a long hair, but not a cap. So okay, I don't want to take a lot of time. Timer group. So no, I didn't time. Nobody talked about how much time the timer took. It took a little longer, I suppose. No. It's jokes apart. I really love the session. This is probably the best place to be, right? Unwinding on a Sunday evening. This was not a plan for me any weekend, any given day, right? But this is good. This is fun. And you all are lovely people. You're going to see my face again, hear me talk nonsense. But you guys are just lovely. I'm going to enroll. I'm going to come back here for an icebreaker speech very soon. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you very much, Gopi, for that kind feedback. We're very glad that you could see the synergy that this community can bring together. And I think when Akshay and I started Bright Hearts, this was the sole aim, to bring a great group of people together who not only concentrate on their own growth, but help each other grow. And that's really what we are. I'm just so overwhelmed by all the feedback that we've got today. Seems like we are on track for the purpose we started this club for. And I'm sure we made Vishnu proud today. He was waiting that somebody, somebody needs to cheer for me. I cheered for everyone. Right, so we've got all the feedbacks, and now it's high time we move on to the results. So today we will, like promised, have 2 best evaluators and 2 best speakers. So starting off with the best evaluators. So the best evaluator, second choice winner today is Toastmaster Priyansh Tripathi. Well, Priyansh, like I mentioned, Priyansh has grown by leaps and bounds. When he came up today, when I first saw Priyansh Priyansh was more of a speaker who would think twice before telling anybody anything. But today he came here loud and proud, provided such a nice and concise evaluation. Priyansh, I'm sure Pranav's proud of what you've provided to him, and so are we all. Very well done. Many congratulations. And ladies and gentlemen, the best evaluator, first choice today is Toastmaster Tarun Jogia. Many congratulations, Tarun. Like I said, extremely articulate evaluation. All the pointers that you gave were so helpful. You were so clear in everything that you were saying. It's not very often. And I know last week we had this discussion and he actually asked me, am I even eligible to evaluate? But look what you just did. So it's not every other day that we see such precise evaluation from somebody who's doing it for the first time. So many, many congratulations. Very well done. All right, now moving on to the best speaker. For anybody who's contested would know that it's not easy to come out as best speakers when you have 9 not just speeches, but such extraordinary and strong speeches. So best speaker in the second place today, we have Toastmaster Somil Gupta. Right, so whether he said uncle and aunties or not, the point is the speech landed. But look, Somil, like I mentioned, the leap of faith, very well constructed story. Everything had a connector, and I'm sure this leap of faith will work out very well, just given how good you are. So well done. Many congratulations. Finally, the best speaker for this evening in the first place is Toastmaster Nivedita Muralidharan. Right, Nivedita, what a speech. I was just saying, Nivedita, in the break, that it's not easy to be the first speaker, to come on, not only be part of an icebreaker marathon, but be the first speaker. I could see her nerves the minute I walked into the venue. What a speech, delivered from heart, well crafted. And I'd just like to say that Nivedita is truly blooming. Well done, Nivedita. All right, now, who's speaking the best? Thank you. I love how now not only Gopis watch, but Hustle Hub will soon tell us too loud. Well, once again, many congratulations to all the winners. Quick announcements. Right, okay. Well, we will celebrate this even beyond the meeting, not to worry. But many congratulations to all the winners. A huge shout out to everybody who participated. Anybody who's been part of Toastmasters would know that it's not easy to have 9 speakers, 9 evaluators, all from the club itself. And we've got even more members in attendance. So well done to all of us. Quick announcements. So next week, because it's a long weekend and it's 15th August, we wouldn't have our regular meeting on 17th August. Instead, we'd have an online only meeting on 13th of August from 9 to 10 p.m. It will be a rhetoric roulette. So for some of our members, you'd already know what it is. For our new members, not to worry. All the rules will be floated on the members group so that you know and you're ready. But I'd strongly encourage everybody to be part of that meeting. Details will come on the members group. Do not miss it. It's one fun of a meeting that you don't want to miss, right? So 13th August, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Today, we not only celebrated India Beyond Frame, but we heard extraordinary stories of our very own members way beyond the frame of just their name, where they work, and who they are. Today, we truly got to know what made them who they are. And of course, as we head into the week of Independence Day, I'm a very, very proud Indian. So I'd absolutely say we belong to a very proud country. We are truly beyond frame. So no matter what you are doing on 15th, be thankful for the country that made you who you are. And on that note, I hereby close meeting number 43 of Bright Hearts Toastmasters.